In this episode, I'm going to break down everything you need to know about the GPT store, including its benefits and risks. OpenAI just launched the official GPT store in January 2024. The GPT store is designed to help you find and create custom versions of ChatGPT. Let's start with the benefit that's on everyone's mind, and that's money. ChatGPT or OpenAI says that in Q1 of 2024, they will launch a GPT builder revenue program and that US builders will be paid based on user engagements. This is all very vague, but given the stratospheric interest in Gen AI and in ChatGPT specifically, it's clear that monetization is a big deal on the minds of anyone thinking about building and publishing custom GPTs to the GPT store. But if OpenAI is going to give builders money, they must also make money. They're going to do this through premium subscription. Today, premium subscription costs $20 a month, and only users with this subscription will be able to create or use custom GPTs. The next benefit of the GPT store is that it's super easy to use. As mentioned before, you need the paid version of ChatGPT. But once you are logged in, you will see you have the option to explore GPTs, where you can discover and create custom versions of ChatGPT that combine instructions, extra knowledge, and any combination of skills. We'll get more into these, but if you are finding any of this useful, please do me a huge favor and hit the like button right now. Also, be sure to subscribe so that you don't miss any future episodes. Staying on this Explore GPTs page, there's an option to search for public GPTs. Also, you can browse by top picks, featured, or by different categories. Search or browse, then click and start chatting. It's that simple. Another benefit of the custom chatbots in the GPT store is that they can immensely simplify prompt engineering for end users. And that's because the authors of the custom chatbots can do all the heavy lifting of creating and tweaking these prompts and even uploading custom data and talking to third-party applications via application programming interfaces or APIs. For example, one custom chatbot called Planty, created by the ChatGPT team, is designed to help with plant care. Clicking on it immediately gives you helpful suggestions. For example, you see questions like, what's the best way to water my ferns? How often should I repot my houseplants? All this should make using this custom GPT much more easier than using the default chatbot for plant care. The fourth benefit of the GPT store is how dead simple it is for builders to create and publish these custom chatbots to the GPT store. Let's do one right now. Our custom chatbot will explain things for a 5-year-old. From your paid GPT account, just click Explore GPTs, then Create. That brings us to a GPT builder dialog that's as simple as chatting with ChatGPT. The builder asks, what would I like to make? I say, make an explainer that explains any concept for a 5-year-old. On the first try, it says something went wrong, but it automatically starts retrying. And now it comes back with a name suggestion, simple explainer. And it asks if I'm okay with this. Let's say yes. It generates a profile picture and asks if I'm okay with the picture. I say yes. Next, it asks if there are any specific concepts I'd like the explainer to focus on. I say it should be able to explain any concept, from science to technology to politics, art, culture, everything. And that's it. It's ready. On the right-hand side of the chat window is a preview of the chatbot with its name, profile picture, and some sample questions. On the left side, I can click Configure to see all the settings and instructions that ChatGPT has actually helped me in populating to create this custom chatbot. So let's try to publish. When I click save, I have the option to publish only to myself or to anyone with the link, or finally to everyone, in which case it will be searchable in the GPT store. I choose everyone so that it's published to the GPT store, but I get a message that my GPT is not ready for public sharing and to review the guidelines. After reviewing them, I see that the problem is that OpenAI policies state that custom GPTs cannot be targeted to kids. More on the benefits and risks of these policies coming up. But for now, we'll remove all references to kids, and now I can publish to the GPT store with just one click. If we try searching for the simple explainer, we see that it's right there along with a bunch of other simple explainers. It's not a very original concept, is it? It seems others have the exact same idea. Now let's move on to risks. The first risk of publishing and using chatbots from the GPT store is that compliance and quality can be quite unpredictable. We just saw how when I tried to publish my simple explainer with instructions to explain things like it's for a 5-year-old, it was denied because of vague reference to policies that should be reviewed. Now, when I reviewed it, it seems the specific policy that was in question was the one that says don't build tools that target users under 13 years of age. That's all fine. However, here's another explainer that I did publish, which includes instructions that says explain things for a 10-year-old. This one didn't get flagged. I had no problem publishing it. And so you see how the compliance and or quality of these custom chatbots can be quite unpredictable and arbitrary. The second risk of using custom chatbots from the GPT store is privacy. The OpenAI's policy on this says the following. 1, don't compromise privacy of others. And 2, don't perform activities that may affect the safety, well-being, or rights of others. And it goes on to say specific activities include collecting or using personal data illegally, unauthorized monitoring, performing unauthorized actions, providing tailored legal, health, or financial advice, and so on. But how is any of this enforced? Again, their policy says OpenAI uses automated systems, human review, and user reports to find and assess GPTs that potentially violate these policies. Violations can lead to actions against the content or your accounts, such as warnings, restrictions, or ineligibility for inclusion in the GPT store or monetization. That all sounds good, but clearly OpenAI might not be 100% successful in enforcing its policies. So bottom line is that we need to be just as cautious when using these custom chatbots as when we're using default chatbots from any of these AI services. The third risk of creating custom chatbots and publishing them to the GPT store is that the custom chatbots can be hacked by jailbreaking and prompt exploits. Any user can hack into custom chatbots or any chatbots simply by natural conversational language. They don't need to be a programmer or super hacker. One of the simplest forms of these tricks or jailbreaking tactics is the user simply telling the chatbot that the chatbot is not being useful. This may eventually prompt the chatbot to disclose more than it should. And that's a problem if you are a builder who is relying on all this proprietary information to get monetized. Speaking of monetization, another risk of creating and publishing custom chatbots to the GPT store is that that the exact revenue sharing model is unknown. All that's been shared so far is that in Q1, we will launch a GPT Builder revenue program. As a first step, US builders will be paid based on user engagements with their GPTs. We'll provide details on the criteria for payments as we get closer. This doesn't tell us much, but note that it specifically says US builders. So for now, it seems only US builders may qualify for monetization through the GPT store. There you have it. I've outlined 4 benefits and 4 risks of creating or using custom chatbots in the official GPT store. Here's my final take. For me, I don't think that there is any must-have custom chatbots in the GPT store just yet. However, as a regular user of ChatGPT and as a builder who's interested in creating solutions for myself and for others, I think it's worth the premium subscription to learn and to explore about these custom chatbots in the GPT store. That said, I don't think it's worth it to build very expensive or proprietary chatbots and deploy them to the App Store or to the GPT store just yet, because they may be hacked, exploited, or simply they may not make the revenue targets that you may be expecting to justify a huge expense and effort in building them. What's your hot take? Do you think the benefits outweigh the risks? Have you started building or using chatbots in the GPT store? Let me know in the comments. And also be sure to subscribe so that you don't miss any future tech that you probably should know.